Hello mga kasubs and welcome to Sarsicles TV. You have me, Mark, and you can see the smile on my face because, still on observing the holiday, here at home chilling, and actually we are preparing something nice for lunch. We're making pizza. So I earlier I just, I needed, is that the term? You masa, the flour. I think kneading is what they call it. That's the term. I'm not sure, but excited because it's home cooked, and I love it when it's something that you created or you baked. So I had some contribution, so it's not totally mine in terms of credit. So yep. Before we get actually hungry, let's continue with the show, with the program. So we'll be listening to Zild performing the song Apat. Apat meaning four. So before we give it a go, just extending our gratitude, to all our viewers, members, subscribers, and sponsors. Maraming salamat for your support. Wag sana kayo magsawa. And without any further delays, let us give this song a go in three, two, one.
Wish 107.5.
Tanggap ko na tayong lahat ay magwawatak. May oras ang tampuluha at pagkagalak. Nagsimulang nangangapa ng nagkayabak. Makakasamang hinarap ang mga lubak. Huwag matakot magkamali. Lahat ay nagsisisi. Damdamin ang sandali. Damdamin mga saglit. Lilipad sa hangin. Di na iisipin. Kakalimutan natin ang mga hinanakit. Parang kahapon lang nung tayo'y magkasama. Di na malayan tayong apat ay tumatanda. Ngunit ngayon tatanggapin na tayo ay magkakaiba. Alaala nga na lang kung sino ang mabaho ang paa. Katotohanan na mabait, lilingon na may hapdi. Lilipad sa hangin. Di na iisipin. Kakalimutan natin ang mga hinanakit. Walang mga I wishers. This is Zild for more.
And and that is the end of the song. According to the description, this is part of his sophomore solo album, Huminga. Huminga is breathe. The song tackles one of the bittersweet realities of growing up, losing friends, and going on different paths in life. Very relatable song, especially for those who are still studying. Those are who are still in high school or anything similar to that. It actually is a nice song to listen to if you want to, while you're looking at your yearbook, trying to reminisce the past, a trip down memory lane, if I may. I remember mine. Every end of the school year, of course, there's this farewell party, right? And um, it's one of my favorite and least favorite day in the year because it's I like it because of the party and the food and the performances. You get to watch uh, your classmates perform, your crush, and so on and so forth. But also as the time winds down to the end of the school, when it's the end of the school day, usually, let's say, I don't remember if it's half day or somewhere around until 3 p.m., but it's not the usual, entire day thing. So as the clock winds down, that's where I start to feel sad. Sad because I won't get to see my classmates again for like about 2 months. And back then, there were no cell phones yet, so it was just a landline. And of course, you don't get to call everyone because either you don't have their numbers or you're shy to call because you're not really like close or close enough for you to speak over the phone to each other. There are a select friends. You have definitely there are friends you do call, but the feeling is different compared to when you are in the same room with each other. On the other hand, it's also uh, um, a good song because it also helps you or encourages you to embrace the uncertainties, which is the actual feeling that you get when once you are, especially when you're graduating, from high school, you now move to another level of education, and things will be definitely be different. Culture, or the customs of students will vary. It's really more diverse. Um, so yeah, I think that's one of the things. And also the song also talks about um, you unburden yourself, I guess. You move to be able to mitigate that feeling of uncertainty. uh, or let me rephrase that. Focus your worries or your energy more on what you cannot control, in managing what you cannot control. And then for those you can manage or you can control, address that quickly by moving forward. If you have any small quarrels, small misunderstandings with your classmate, just either bury the hatchet, or you talk about it and then go forward from there. And then one day when you are a couple of years forward or a little bit older, you see each other, whether it's a reunion or you're in the bus next to that person to your surprise, you'll just probably gonna laugh about it when you reminisce those good old days. In terms of the band's sound, I noticed around it was around 2 minutes 30. So the vocals, who is also playing an acoustic guitar, he has quite heavy hands. It's not a posture thing because you can see that in terms of posture, he's holding the guitar quite right. I don't see anything wrong with it. But I noticed that if you look closely um, on the strings of the guitar, you can see there is some degree of tension on the second string. It's quite bent a bit. You can tell because the distance between the strings are different. So this one has a quite a huge gap. See this part here? So that means that when he is uh, pressing the strings to form a guitar chord, he actually is not just pressing it directly towards the board. It's more of like a downward press, which gives that bent string. It does not make much of a difference. It actually depends how far it's bent, but if it was bent probably more, or if maybe we listen closely, that would actually change the sound of the chord. It may even sound that it is incorrectly placed because when you bend the string, you're kind of like moving the note a bit higher to the next possible step, maybe a half, maybe increasing it by a half note. But here in the music, it's how do I say it? Negligible. So uh, just just sharing my observation. In terms of the tone of the electric guitar, it's quite interesting because it's somewhat grungy in a way. The reason why I'm saying that is because the first note, or the first few chords that were played at the start of the song, it sounded like it did not have sustain, and then it's like blurry and has that heavy blur, like a combination of mid and heavy tone, like something like that, and then without the sustain. That's why it kind of has that grunge vibe in it. Also, what's interesting with the band is those extra sounds. They have this, I don't know what that sound, what that instrument is, but I think it was part of the drums. It's an electronic thing that you hit, and it's gonna sound like a rattlesnake, that and that sound, I usually hear that with the band Cake. I also heard that with Frank Zappa and his band. Uh, it just sounds nice to listen to. But it's something that you don't overuse because it's gonna sound, it's not gonna sound good if you overuse it. But this one, you use it once or twice in the song, it's all cool. And then around 3 minutes into the song, it's kind of like their bridge part. You can hear something like sounding like some sort of a gizmo, or somewhat you're like in a laboratory or something. That's how it sounded like. Let me try to play and see if we can hear that part. You can hear the band singing nakakasawa, something like that, and you'll hear that background music playing.
Nakakasawa, nakakasawa na,
I think that's
bigang-bigana.
if you heard that part, that tok, 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 that was the gizmo sound I was referring to. So nakakasawa is uh sawa. When you keep repeating things or watching things repeatedly, so you get that feeling that it suddenly starts to I think bored is not the actual bored, but something close to that. You get it gets old on you anymore, that it's kind of boring, repetitive and stuff. That's nakakasawa, that you don't want it any to do it anymore. Yeah. Bored, because bored is nakakatamad, or bored, yeah, tinatamad. So nakakasawa, I'm not sure. Let's see. I have a good thing. I have the translation thing open, and let's see. So as I look for the translation, let me just do my closing by telling you that that's my reaction to the song. Let me know what you think by leaving it in the comments. If you haven't done it yet, these are the stuff you can do to show loving to our channel. Please do as many as you can. Don't forget to tell your family and friends about the Sarsicles TV. And here's the meaning. Let's aburrido. But let's try English. So it's also boring. Okay, so let's just leave it at that. Sharing is caring, and most importantly, stay safe, everyone. I'll see you on the next video.